beat the last place Chargers 37-27 Sunday in possibly the final NFL game in San Diego. Damn. Yeah, Alex Smith threw for 2 touchdowns and ran for another for the Chiefs, who clinched the division with the win, and Oakland's loss at Denver. The Chiefs haven't been to the Super Bowl since 1969, the year that your boy was born. Rookie Tyreek Hill continued to, absolutely kill him. What was the little dude they had for Kansas City? Was his name Dante Hall? Like, Kansas City seemed like they always got somebody like a Dante Hall or a Tyreek Hill or whatever, man. He returned a punt 95 yards for a touchdown in the final minutes of the third quarter, bowling that thing wide open. The Chargers fired their coach, McCoy. He was 27 for 37 in 4 seasons with the Chargers after having lost 23 of their last 32 games. They decided to make a change. Chargers tight end Antonio Gates tied Tony Gonzalez for the most touchdown catches in NFL history by a tight end with 111. Great player. First ballot Hall of Famer, Antonio Gates. And also, one other note, Chiefs safety Eric Berry left with an ankle injury in the second half. Chargers safety Darryl Stuckey left with a knee injury, and linebacker Christopher Landrum suffered a concussion, and guard Orlando Franklin had a shoulder injury as well. So the Chargers are done, and the Kansas City Chiefs head on to the playoffs. 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Happy Monday to you. Man Talk Monday. Yeah. In the chat room on Spreaker.com from Cedric Galloway Rail, Chargers already have a spot with the Rams in L.A. They're going to share that stadium in L.A. probably. 334 Bama Boy, the only NFL uniform Tebow would be good in is the mascot uniform. Wait a minute, who talking about Tim Tebow? Really? Really? Somebody talking about Tim Tebow? Yeah, from Be Strict, Dante Hall, the human video game. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this Tyreek Hill kid reminds me exactly of Dante Hall for a minute. For like 2 years. You couldn't punt to him. You couldn't kick the ball to him. He was dominant. From Willie D, that man Tyreek Hill reminds me of Dante Hall. That's what I just said. From Uncle Mike, hush your mouth, Mocha. Jay Fish, the microwave. When we get back, a lot of y'all are talking in the chat room about what happened in college football this weekend. Yeah. When we get back from the break, we're going to take a quick break. When we get back from the break, man, we'll kind of throw out the final scores in the NFL. Maybe not even get too deep into them. We got to talk about this college football playoffs from this past weekend. And a lot of you Ohio State fans, I don't even see y'all. The quote, the great Smokey from Friday, y'all Ohio State fans, when Clemson come around, y'all don't talk. Y'all stop talking. But when they leave, y'all start talking again. Back in 3 minutes, the Doug Stewart Show. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show.
Let it bump, though.
Happy New Year. January 2nd, 2017. Happy New Year to all of the Stewies. Thank you for tuning in. Hey, some last quick scores in the NFL. The Arizona Cardinals, they beat the Los Angeles Rams 44-6. David Johnson got hurt in this game. The Rams' putrid season is over. God-ridden. I mean, Jeff Fisher fired. New team, new city, and they put up a despicable performance like that all year long. So the Rams season is over. Arizona doesn't make it back to the playoffs. The Buffalo Bills get destroyed by the New York Jets. What? 30-10. Ryan Fitzpatrick going 20 of 30 for 210 yards, but he's likely, not going to be back next year. They got questions about Darrelle Revis. Is he going to retire or not? Is he going to be on the team? Brandon Marshall, Nick Mangold. A lot of issues with the Jets. The Jets announced after the game that Todd Bowles will be back as head coach of the team. I'm happy to hear that. I mean, it was only 1 year. Hell, it was only 1 year. So they're going to give him another shot. I'm happy. Usually they show a ninja the door real fast. That's not funny. One quick note from that game. Bills running back Reggie Bush finished the season with 12 carries for 12 carries for -3 yards, becoming the first NFL running back to have negative yards rushing with 10 or more carries. Time to call it a career, Reggie Bush. Minnesota Vikings beat the Chicago Bears 38-10. Sam Bradford, with his first season with the Vikings, man, he had a great year, to be honest with you. Bradford went 25 for 33 at the end of the day, from number standpoint. But from a substance standpoint and, coming through in the clutch, not so much for Sam Bradford. Bradford went 25 for 33 for 250 yards and 1 interception. But once again, his numbers were pretty damn good. He posted a 71.6% completion rate to set the single-season record. Drew Brees had 71.2 for New Orleans, beating him out. So, I mean, Bradford, numbers-wise, say he had a damn good year. He also established career best for yards, 3,877, interception percentage at 0.9, and passer rating at 99.3. The Cleveland Browns go down to the Pittsburgh Steelers, 27-24. Isaiah Crowell trying to make some money, man. Isaiah Crowell, former Georgia running back, ran for a career-high 152 yards for the Browns. He's been having a good season. Last couple of weeks, he's been really balling. RG3 passed for 232 yards with 2 touchdowns and an interception. So not bad for RG3 in relative terms. And Terrell Pryor. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. And Terrell Pryor, man, trying to get that money. 7 catches, 94 yards. He had a good day as well. Led all receivers for the Cleveland Browns. Hugh Jackson's going to be back as head coach for the team this coming year. They got a lot of issues. Y'all know what it is. I'm not going to even get into detail about the Cleveland. They got a lot of holes they have to fill. The Pittsburgh Steelers head into the playoffs, man. Speaking of the playoffs, before we jump into this college and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, let's kind of run through the AFC pairings. The Oakland Raiders take on the Houston Texans. That's Saturday at 4:35 p.m. So the Raiders, man, once again, really control their destiny until everything just went haywire, losing 2 starting quarterbacks over the last 2 weeks. So they're in the playoffs. The Raiders are back in the playoffs. That's a good thing. But they go on the road to take on the number 4 seed Houston Texans. The Miami Dolphins in the playoffs, man. This feels like 1975. The Dolphins in the playoffs, the Oakland Raiders in the playoffs. I mean, wow. Nostalgia. Dolphins taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Number 6 Dolphins versus the number 3 Steelers Sunday. The game is in Pittsburgh. Moving over to the NFC wild card, you have the Detroit Lions on the road taking on the Seattle Seahawks. Detroit, they working with some things. Watched this game last night, man. They they have a lot to be happy about or look forward to going in the future, man. They played good with a lot of limited talent, I believe. So Detroit's on the road taking on the Seahawks. Seahawks will probably come away with a win on that one. And then you have the Giants. This is probably the best game of the weekend. You got the Giants on the road taking on the Green Bay Packers. I'm taking Green Bay. I'm taking Green Bay in this game, man. The Giants, once again, Eli in the playoffs is crucial as hell. But the Packers look good. The Packers kind of look like they got everything, once again, clicking on all cylinders. I like and I always go against anything New York related as well. Anyway. So give me the Packers in that one. Once again, did I give all my winners? Okay, Raiders and Texans. I'm going to go with the Raiders. I don't know how, by hook or crook, I'm going to go with the Raiders in that game against the Houston Texans. Obviously, I'm taking Pittsburgh over the Miami Dolphins. And I'm taking the Seattle Seahawks over the Lions and the Packers to get it done at home against the New York Football Giants. Teams with first-round byes, you got the New England Patriots. They played the divisional round Saturday, January 14th. The late-night game on CBS. You've got the number 2 Kansas City Chiefs with a bye. They play on January 15th as well at 1 o'clock p.m. And then in the NFC, you have the Atlanta Falcons and the Dallas Cowboys. And that's it. Those are your teams, man. Those are the teams in the playoffs this year. The playoffs are going to be great. NFL is going to be fantastic. 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Let me read some of your messages in the chat room, and when we get back from the break, we will talk about that college football that we have to talk about. Yeah. From that ninja in the chat room on Spreaker.com, Doug, I will accept all your jokes. Make sure they're good ones. Whether they're good or not, it don't matter. It's coming. For new listeners to the Doug Stewart Show, that ninja, he always got profile pics with Ohio State this and Ohio State that. Ohio State ain't shit. They ain't squat. Pharrell, the intern Scott, Doug, you a fool. We are Penn State. Yeah. Stole a damn spot from a team.